this idea that like if I move faster, that maybe it won't be that bad.
So how's it going?
Terrible! Come have fun with us and don't forget to subscribe. Hello everyone, I'm Anna. For those of you who are here for the first time, hi, hello, welcome. Please subscribe. Rick is here with me behind the camera.
Hello, I'm Rick.
Today I'm going to cook meatballs with tomato sauce. Without further ado, let's go see the ingredients. So first off we have meat. I think it was beef, if I remember correctly. Minced beef, medium, probably medium lean. It looks fine, so it's, you know, it's fine.
You sound so sure of yourself.
Next one, we have some vegetables. We have an onion. We have some potatoes that I actually already peeled because I thought they would take me a while to do that. And carrot. So, oh, wait, no, that is not. Oh, obviously, we have the star of every recipe on this channel, garlic.
You only have 2 potatoes there, that's all you need?
Yeah, because these are not, I'm also making mashed potatoes as a side dish that's separate. I have more potatoes over there. These are just for the meatballs. You'll see, you'll see.
I guess I will.
We have also some eggs, 4 of them to be exact, and some flour. Not sure exactly how much of it I need, so I got out the whole bag. I'll see how it goes. And next one for the sauce, we have sauce in a jar. This is how we cook, right? Sauce, there you go. There's tomato sauce in a jar and, you know, some spices that we can add to the sauce because we want to pretend like we actually contributed more than it seems to this recipe. There you go. These are the ingredients. I'll go to peeling and chopping and cooking. So first I'm just going to peel the potatoes because it takes a while for them to boil and I'm gonna need them for mashed potatoes, you know, to make mashed potatoes. I already put some water in this pot here. Have you ever had this kind of meatballs before?
I don't even know what you're doing.
You know, meatballs in a tomato sauce?
For some reason you have a potato and a carrot. So...
For the meatballs!
Yeah, again that doesn't mean anything to me.
What do you mean?
What are you doing with those potatoes and...
I'm making meatballs. What? These potatoes? They're for mashed potatoes?
No, these potatoes are for mashed potatoes. I get that.
Yeah?
You had 2 potatoes earlier.
Yeah?
What is that for?
For the meatballs.
You see how this doesn't make sense? What are you gonna do with the potatoes and the meatball is my question.
I'm putting them in the meatball.
Inside of them?
Yes. Is that weird?
I've never seen that.
Really?
Well.
Okay. What do you make meatballs with?
Meat.
Okay, but what else?
I don't know, you put some spice in it. Most people use either egg, flour, bread.
Yeah, I have eggs and flour. Yeah, I suppose. Actually, what you need for them to stick together is the eggs. But I like to spice things up. Also, you will notice that this time I don't have my trusted friend the internet. And that is because I am following my mom's recipe.
Oh.
Now the carrot. So the carrot usually boils longer, slower. It boils slower. So I'm gonna cut it. It's already peeled. I peeled it before. All right. So now my vegetables are boiling.
What's the next step?
So the next step is to prepare the meat. And for that I need to chop this onion first. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this because my mom told me that she uses this like mincing machine. You know, if you have a whole like piece of meat and you want to get ground meat, you put it in this machine and then you grind it. That's the word? I think so. So like she said she uses that, but I don't have that. So I think I'm gonna need to chop it like in really tiny pieces. Really tiny. God help me and my eyes. So I know I'm not very good at it and I don't really like chopping onions at all, but I've done my homework. I tried to look up how to chop onions correctly. And I found out that actually if you don't cut this part here in the beginning, like if you start from here, then your eyes will not get so irritated. That's what Gordon Ramsay says. So I'm gonna try it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try it. I also have this idea that like if I move faster, that maybe it won't be that bad.
So how's it going?
Terrible. It's horrible. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It's not even finely chopped. So, I've also read somewhere that if you have water in your mouth while you chop the onion, it won't make your eyes cry that much. I'm gonna try that.
Where are you getting all these onion tricks? They don't seem to be working. It's working? Or do you want it to work? Yeah, I can see. You have water in your mouth? That's it for the onions? Oh, you still have water in your mouth?
Someone please explain to me the biology of why holding water in your mouth helps when you cut onions. Like, I don't understand why that works. So now while we're waiting for the potatoes and the carrot to boil some more, we can prepare the garlic, which is my favorite part of it all. Do you want to help me?
Hello there.
Hello.
So what do you need help with?
So, you know, we have to peel the garlic.
Peel the
garlic, yeah.
It reminds me of that one time I peeled garlic back in the days. You know those days when peeling garlic wasn't, the same type of activity that it is now. Nowadays, kids, they just peel their garlic in the street as if there was no emotion attached to it. Do you see what I mean?
Totally, yes.
Yeah, like you and me, we were from a time when peeling garlic was actually important. You would get together with your family and then you'd peel garlic for an hour or two every Sunday, just before you go to church.
Of course.
And
early in the morning.
Exactly. But now these type of traditions, they're dying because of the internet. Because you can just go online and buy your peeled garlic from Amazon, from Google, and they send it to your door with an Uber car. You see what I mean? Sometimes I wonder where we're going as a society. Is this to your satisfaction?
I mean, the garlic is peeled.
Yes. And so...
No, I still need you. I also need you to mash the garlic.
Mash the garlic? I thought you loved mashing garlic.
I do, but I realized that, you're doing it much better than me.
Am I? Because I'm not doing it very well.
No?
No.
I feel like you are.
No. But I guess it depends on the size of the garlic that you're cutting, I tend to cut them in bigger pieces, and so it doesn't end up looking good. You know why? Because back when we were doing the peeling garlic on the Sundays,
yes,
I had to go to work on Sunday afternoon, so I was never there for the mashing part. I just come back to mashed garlic. Good old bowl of mashed garlic that I would eat while watching the Sunday movies. They used to put movies on the weekend, just like a Sunday evening.
Yeah, the Sunday afternoon movie.
Yeah, evening, because again, in the afternoon I was at work while the garlic mashing was happening. So the evening movie, and it was usually a movie that was moderately interesting, like last year's blockbusters. And you'd watch it. You'd enjoy it as a kid, but then your parents would tell you, hey, this is actually a PG-13 movie, and you're only 12. And I'm like, if I'm only 12, how come I went to work this afternoon? These are the kind of questions that I wake up at night thinking about. There's no answer really. So you can see that my mashing technique is not exactly what you would call a professional technique.
Yeah, you're supposed to do like this,
Yeah. Oh, so you do know more than me.
Yeah, but I don't have that much strength actually.
So that's why you need me. It's not about me being better. It's just...
I mean, it's better to have more strength.
I get it.
When it comes to mashing garlic.
Not when it comes to picking flowers. I tried to pick a flower very hard once and I just killed the entire bush, And so are these garlic like the flowers? Should I be careful with these garlic?
No, don't be careful with it.
Oh, no?
Kill it. Kill the garlic. Thank you so
no problem. And I will see you all on the next episode of Mashed Garlic.
So now we go to preparing the meat. So we have the meat here. The boiled vegetables are right here. The onion is right over there. I think we're gonna start with the vegetables. The boiled vegetables.
Why not use both hands?
Because I need one hand to hold, also both hands wouldn't really fit into this bowl. And I need one hand to hold the bowl. Okay, so I decided that the onion is not like chopped finely enough. They're not small enough, the onion pieces. So I'm going to use this kind of a mixer, I'm not sure exactly what it is, that hopefully will make it into like more of a paste looking thing. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. So some of it seems to have been chopped the right way. There are still some bigger pieces, but it's gonna work. All right, now let's mix in this onion. Yes, I think this is good enough. Like I can still feel some pieces that are maybe a little bit too big, but there are very few. Now I'm going to put in the eggs. I know this is the recipe the way my mom said it to me, but she also always adds things like by instinct. And my instinct tells me that this doesn't need 4 eggs. 2 are enough. Before I finish the meat, I need to take care of the potatoes. And I'm going to move them in another recipient because this is the only, what do you call this? Pot? This is the only pot that I have. And I need it to make the meatballs. Okay, now this is the difficult part here.
Which is?
To fry the stuff. Because I don't know, I don't really like frying things, I think. I'm not comfortable with it, you know?
You're done preparing your meat?
Almost, but the oil needs to get hot first. So I'm gonna put it now to let it heat a little bit while I finish. I'm almost done. I only need to add the spices to the meat and then it's done. I think that's fine. I'm not sure. So I put like a lot of oil because they need to sink like at least halfway in oil, you know, and then I flip them. So I'm not sure. And now to finish the meat, really all we need is this like all-purpose seasoning, which I'm going to add a lot of. Yeah.
You okay?
Yes.
Did you season yourself?
A little bit. I guess we don't need extra salt. Like, I think that's salty enough. But we could add a little bit of pepper. You know, just not too much. Just to spice things up a little bit. Now the meat is all ready. And the oil is not hot yet. But that's good because that gives us time to actually make the meatballs. So, I'm gonna do that. Hoping that I do this the right way. I'm supposed to make meatballs. I have to keep my hands wet so that the meat doesn't stick to my hands too much. And I have to put them here on this thing covered with flour. And then before I put them in, I put them through, no, maybe I put them through flour first and then I put them here. And then when the oil is done, I can like drop them in the oil. Something like this. So, let's start. To put the meatballs in. I have to tell you, I'm really scared. I'm scared that it might like, you know, burn me. I really don't like frying stuff. Oh. That's totally fine. Oh, look at that. Back to making meatballs. And like, yeah, I think maybe I could have fit in 2 more, but I feel like it's fine. They're not burning, so it's good, but I hope they're cooking. Like all the way inside, I mean. So while we're waiting for those to be done, and you know, before we move on to the next step, we should make the mashed potatoes, because I feel like this is gonna be hard. So I don't have the tool that I need to mash potatoes, so I'm gonna use a fork, and then I'm just gonna measure some more with this. I hope it'll work. professionalism. So while the second batch of meatballs is frying, I'm gonna pre-mix the sauce. So I think I'm gonna use like at most half of this, maybe a little bit less than half. I'm going to add some rosemary, not too much, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to add 2 spoons of flour to make it thicker. Oddly enough, after I have added the flour to make it thicker, then I have to add water to make it thinner. Okay, so we're done with the meatballs, done with the mashed potatoes. All we have left is the sauce. This will be really quick because really we already mixed the sauce, right? So all we need is to like heat it up a bit. So my sauce is now hot and it's time to put in the meatballs. In there for, if I remember correct, like 10 minutes. So, we are done.
Yeah, you're done.
I am done. Right. This is what I came up with.
So what do we have here? What was it again?
So we have meatballs with tomato sauce and mashed potatoes as a side dish.
So before I taste and tell you what I think of, can you talk about the look? Are you satisfied?
I mean, the sauce still came out a bit thick, even though I put so much water. But other than that, I don't know, it pretty much looks the way it's supposed to look. Like, my foods in general, they're not, restaurant food. They're the kind of things that your mom cooks so that you have food for the week. So this looks like what I used to have for the week when I was a kid.
Yeah? So you'd say that's a success on that part?
Pretty much. The sauce should have been thinner.
Well, I don't know what it was supposed to taste like when you ate it as a kid, so I can only tell you what I think of it now. I don't have a point of comparison.
Please do.
Start with these potatoes.
You have a point of comparison for that. You know mashed potatoes.
These mashed potatoes.
Are they good?
Yeah.
You had to think about it.
And then the meatball. Oh, you can see the pieces of carrots in it.
Yeah, I really needed one of those, either like a...
Oh, you're not supposed to? I thought it was...
No, not really. Like, it's supposed to be completely, like, mixed with the meat, but you can't do that if you don't have one of those, like, the kitchen devices, things that, like, mashes things. I don't know exactly what you need. My mom had a manual one.
It's cooked?
It's cooked? Okay. Thank God. The meat is cooked, you guys. The meat is cooked.
I'm not sure the sauce is doing anything.
No?
I can't really taste it.
Okay.
You can call it finito.
I mean, it's tomato sauce. It's supposed to be pretty strong, the taste.
But yeah, I can't taste the sauce. Maybe you should try and tell me.
Okay.
Oh, on this one I tasted it.
Maybe you took like a piece of tomato actually. So here's the thing. The taste actually of the meat, you are right, and we actually did talk about this. It does need a little something to make the taste stronger. And that's because, again, I didn't add salt to the meat. But that's because I added that like spice thing that's really salty. And I did taste the meat before I started frying it, just like to see if it's salty. Yeah. And it was salty. So I didn't think that I would need to add salt to it. Maybe that's the reason. But other than the fact that it's not that strong, the meat does taste like pretty much like
it's supposed to?
Like it's supposed to. The issue is not necessarily with how the meat was prepared. The issue is how I fried the meat. Because I feel like the outside is too crisp, and that's what you normally want when you make meatballs. But because you want them, like afterwards you want them to soak into the sauce, you don't want them to be crisp on the outside. You want them to be softer.
So that they can take in.
Yeah, exactly. That combined with the fact that the sauce itself was a bit too thick is probably what, like, it feels like they're two separate things. The meat, with the sauce over them.
Yeah.
Whether it's it was supposed to be like meat kind of like dipped into sauce, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed, because I left it on for like about 10 minutes. Like in 10 minutes, they were supposed to absorb some of the sauce. Not really like absorb it, but the flavor, you know.
Yeah, marinate a bit, soak in
Exactly,
the flavors.
exactly. Yeah. So I think that's the issue actually. Maybe if I had made them smaller, I wouldn't have needed to let them on to cook for so long, to fry for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Then they wouldn't have gotten crispy on the outside, you know.
But I
don't
like it crispy on the outside though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Usually when you make meatballs, you want them to be crispy on the outside. Like I like them like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not supposed to be like this for this recipe. I have to tell you, I'm actually pretty proud of these potatoes. So before we close this, I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time since we started this series when I cooked without a recipe. I mean, without a written recipe, with exact like quantities of ingredients. I knew the recipe. I did talk to my mom recently actually and ask her to tell me, like, walk me through what am I supposed to do. But I didn't like write it down. Also, my mother doesn't know quantities. She's just like, add water until you feel like the sauce is okay. That doesn't help me much, but I tried to follow her instructions and I'm actually really proud of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I made this from my head, and even if I knew pretty much what I was supposed to do, I had to adjust as I was making it. And it didn't come out perfect, but I feel like this is really something that I made, rather than I just exactly followed the recipe.
And you should be proud of it. And now close this video while I eat your...
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, you guys, on this channel we do a lot of things, not just cooking. Subscribe if you want to see us doing all of these things, walking through all of these adventures of life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Which is
You don't know what you're cooking?
I know what it is in Romanian. I just realized that I'm not sure that the name in English is right. Does marinated meatballs say anything to you?